Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this adorable fat little shark. She was a commission for a shark theme party and she's actually going to be the main star of a charcuterie board or a shark-cuterie board. Okay, that's enough of my horrible puns, but I'm going to show you guys today how I made this adorable little baby shark. Making little sculptures like this is one of my hobbies, and I hope you guys enjoy the process of making this beautiful little girl. Okay, so first things first, I did a horrible crude drawing of how I'm planning on making my shark using just super sculpey and aluminum foil for her body. I start with getting heavy duty aluminum foil just because it's sturdier, and I just make basic shapes of the shark's body, just pretty much molding and shaping the aluminum foil. Now I forgot to actually record myself putting the clay on the aluminum foil, but first I pretty much soften the clay and I flatten it out with a pasta maker or a pasta roller, flattening out the clay in even strips, and I just place that all over the aluminum foil, shaping and molding it as I go. And here is the body. Right here it's already pre-baked. I usually bake my clay sculptures twice. The first as the inside mold of the body, and then as I just continue putting and adding clay until I get the perfect shape that I want. So here I'm adding a strip of clay. I'm going to make this as her jelly rolls on her belly, so I'm trying to make it as thick as possible, and as I go along I'm going to continuously add clay and clay strips to her body just until I get her to the thickness that I want. So I'm just going to be adding the clay and molding her until I get the perfect shape for her chubby fat shark body. I'm also going to be using Sculpey Bacon Bond, and that's just going to help me bake the already hard clay and the soft clay together and give it more of a what is the word? Oh my gosh. It's going to give it a better hold. I can't believe that was so hard for me to say. But yeah, I'm going to get a better hold on her body and just making sure everything's just super sturdy. So pretty much if you're a beginner at making clay sculptures, there's so many cool videos out there that can show you more in depth on how to make something sturdy and everything. That's pretty much what I did. I'm nowhere near a perfect sculptor, but I'm really happy with this baby shark and the way she turned out. Here I'm just adding more strips of clay to bulk her out a little bit, make her a little bit fatter. And that's pretty much the whole process. It's definitely a learning thing. You'll get better as you continuously work with the clay and use different techniques and everything like that. So, don't be afraid to just dive right in and make a sculpture your own. I definitely didn't know how I was going to turn out with this baby shark, but she turned out super cute, so I'm really happy with the end result. So now I'm just sculpting around cabochon eyes, which is a glass bead that has a flat end on the back. So I just placed the eyes where I wanted them to be, and I'm gonna sculpt around it just so I can get the perfect shape and the denseness, or the thickness I mean, of the baby shark's face. And after I do that, I'm going to paint the cabochon eyes on the back side. It's gonna just be a pure black. so she can really have those black beady eyes that sharks really do have. Well, I guess her eyes are not really beady, but they're kind of gigantic for her little body, which I think makes it so much cuter. And as you're going along with the process of making a sculpture, I'm constantly kneading and smoothing. It definitely takes some time because, you know, as you're going along, you're pressing on it and you can make dents and stuff like that. So here I'm just adding the little mouth and sculpting out pretty much where I'm going to have her mouth and her little teeth. So I'm just using a knife, a clay knife for that. And I think that's a pretty good basic shape. So then after this, I'm going to be sculpting in her gills. And I made sure I counted on an actual great white shark how many gills they have, just so I can have an even amount of gills on this baby shark. Alright, now it's time to paint the glass eyes. So I have the cabochon, painting it black, and I made sure that it was completely dry until I put it back in her head, because I didn't want any of the acrylic paint to peel off, and that's what I'm using, is just plain black acrylic paint to paint on the glass cabochon eyes. You could let it sit out or you can blow dry it. I had a blow dryer, so I would just quickly blow dried them and then repainted them so I can get any missing spots. So after that, I'm just going to add a thick clay strip around the eyes to give her that eyelid, and just really smooth it in and continuously smooth and smooth and smooth until I get the desired shape of her face and her little eyeballs. So as you're going along as a sculptor, you're continuously going to be going in with different tools and different shapings of how you want it to go. Right now I'm using a little rubber silicone tool to really get in her gills and smooth it out. And with this rubber tool, it's really like you're using a finger, and it really helps smooth and soften all those hard edges. And so that's pretty much the whole process of sculpting. You want to go back and forth with smoothing out and sculpting it until you get the perfect desired shapes. Now I can't forget her little back fins here. So I just made two little triangles and then placed them on her butt. and then you're just going to use your fingers or a rubber tool to smooth it out and make it really cute and chubby. So now I'm making her fat rolls pretty much, where her belly is and her double chin that I'm going to give her. And I just used small strips of clay to really give that effect, and I'm just placing it down and smoothing it in and really just working the clay until I get a desired shape that I want. And I want this baby shark to be really fat and chubby as she's sitting on a board, so that's why I'm giving her extra jelly rolls. Alright, now I'm going to make her tiny teeth, and I'm just taking small pieces of clay and making them into tiny triangles. And I used a dotting tool to place exactly where I wanted her teeth to go. And I'm just placing the teeth down, and with that small silicone finger tool, I'm going to blend the edges of the teeth. Okay, so now time to add her fins, her side fins, and I just placed them, I just made little triangles again, and I'm placing them on their side. I did add a little bit of the Sculpey bacon bond to really just hold them in there. And there you go, she is almost complete. So now that she's baked, I'm going to go and sand her entire body just to really smooth her out. You know, as you're sculpting, sometimes you can't help but accidentally press a little bit too much on some parts of her body, so sanding will really help smooth her overall finishing look. Yeah, and I like to sand in all different directions, so it's not just one direction. So I'll actually sand in like little circular motions and stuff like that, so she can be really, really, really smooth when I add the acrylic paint over top. So now I'm just using an off-white base for her base coat, and I'm just going to paint her all over. And I think this is the most time-consuming process because you have to really wait until the paint dries. I feel like sometimes acrylic paint can be a little sticky. I haven't yet figured out how to stop that from happening. Maybe it's just the quality of the paint that I have, I'm not sure, but this paint that I'm putting as a base coat took a while to dry. So that's like the most time-consuming process for me. So now I just mixed up some not slate blue, like a gray blue color for her body, and I'm just adding that over top. And as I was looking at references of sharks, I noticed that they have tiny speckles of blue all over their body, so I'm just going to be dotting some dark blue, and I mixed it with some water so it can be a little translucent, and I'm just speckling her entire body with that dark blue color to really give her some depth and character. So after this, I forgot to actually record me spraying her with some sealant, and I just used a glossy sealant to help keep the colors of the paint on and so she doesn't chip. That's pretty much what I did after this whole process of speckling her. And there she is. Isn't she so adorable? I'm so happy with the way she turned out. She is way cuter than I imagined, and she is perfect for the charcuterie board that she's going to be placed on for her shark theme party. And there she is. She's so sweet. I love her so much, and I can't wait to show and share with you guys some more of my art pieces. Making clay sculptures is something that I really, really do enjoy, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video too. I can't wait to show you guys what else that I have in store for you guys when it comes to my art sculptures and stuff like that. But I am so happy with her. She's beautiful. Her eyes just really, really captivate me. And here she is on her charcuterie board, fat as ever, ready to eat cheese and crackers. and I can't be more pleased with her. She was a commission, of course, so she's not my baby shark. She belongs to somebody else, but here she is. She's the queen of the party, and yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up. That would be so greatly appreciated, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!